Hey, so we're leaving IUIC San Diego, and I just want to read a Bible verse I think that really relates to what we discussed well amongst ourselves about these guys. Matthew chapter 7, verses 15 through 20. Let me read it. Beware of false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly are ravenous wolves. You will recognize them by their fruits.
Cowardice.
Are grapes gathered from thorn bushes or figs from thistles? So, every healthy tree bears good fruit, but the diseased tree bears bad fruit. A healthy tree cannot bear bad fruit, nor can a diseased tree bear good fruit. Every tree that does not bear good fruit is cut down and thrown into the fire. Thus you will recognize them by their fruits. So real quick, these guys call themselves the prophets. I listen to their podcast sometimes, and every episode opens up with them saying, "Hear now from the prophets of the Lord." They do funding campaigns, and they say in their funding campaigns, support the prophets. These guys claim to be prophets. I think the Bible is clear about what kind of prophets they are. Matthew 7:15, beware of false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing. So they wear uniform clothes, these guys, and it says in Christ on their shirt, in gold letters on their purple shirts. That is sheep's clothing. It says in Christ, as if they're united in Christ. But inwardly are ravenous wolves. These are hungry animals of prey. They prey on the weak and attack them. This is exactly what they do to people who say they are Christians or have some kind of faith. They prey on the weak of the herd and get them to join in. But we recognize them by their fruits. What are their fruits? Well, we talked a little bit about some of the fruits. We see cowardice, we see hate, we see anger. You will recognize them by their fruits. Are grapes gathered from thorn bushes or figs from thistles? Saying one kind of plant is going to produce one kind of produce. These guys produce bad produce. So every healthy tree, which they are not, bears good fruit, which they do not. But the diseased tree bears bad fruit, which they are and they do. A healthy tree cannot bear bad fruit, nor can a diseased tree bear good fruit. Every tree that does not bear good fruit is cut down and thrown into the fire. Ultimately, I think that's a judgment text. And I think that judgment applies to members of Israel united in Christ. They are not good trees bearing good fruit. This is why we need to pray for folks involved in this before they get cut down by the Most High and thrown into the fire. Because we can tell who they really are. Their shirt may say in Christ, but we recognize them by their fruits. Just like Jesus told the Jewish leaders of his day in John 8, they were of their children the devil. These men are too. You recognize them by their fruits. That's right.